Hi, everyone. Welcome to experiencing intelligent breakthroughs in innovation and entrepreneurial leadership, or experiencing innovation and entrepreneurial leadership. I'm Raj Gavurla, and today I want to talk about my paragon model, which I call the forward performance pyramid, or some people might have heard me call it the winning mental pyramid. And I want to talk about, in the pyramid, there's 4 sections. And in the very top section, it says the relationship between motivation and inspiration. And if you read my invite, you would see that a lot of people use motivation as a standalone performance driver, or they use inspiration as a standalone performance driver. And I understand that you're intrinsically motivated, you're intrinsically inspired. It's just in my research and putting this model together, and you can work or apply this model or this concept, this tool, and you'll see what I mean when I say that there's an intrinsic relationship between your motivation and inspiration. Motivation is the performance driver, sure. It gets you going, and it might keep you going, or it does when there's a challenge, okay? But it will wear out. However, it's really needed. So then that's the reason for the inspiration part, and there's a relationship, a very strong, unequivocal bond between the two. Your intrinsic motivation, inspiration, not only is the performance driver motivation, but now the relationship with inspiration is what gives you staying power. And so what do I mean by that? If you have employees, you have people on your team, you're an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, an innovator, someone who just has a creative, innovative idea, and you want to see what you can make of it. Well, for you to have that staying power, what I mean by staying power is that you think, feel, believe, know, whatever words you want to use, that you're proactively making progress. And as you do that, that is better, and that is being the best. And eventually, as you start to do that, and you're making that progress, which is better and being the best, these opportunities will expand here. So you're not chasing anything. They're actually coming to you in forms that you did not currently think of, just based on what progress you have made. And that's very exciting. Now, sometimes it is exactly what you think, but as you start moving, you'll experience these breakthroughs, intelligent breakthroughs. And when you do, you'll see that you'll have other options or opportunities that are created. And it's nothing that you had to go chase. It just has come to you because people appreciate, or the marketplace, or whomever, or whatever, or just destiny itself has shined a light on you and appreciates the progress you're making, and is opening more doors or opportunities or options for you. So it's nothing for you to chase. So there are a lot of examples on this, and I've heard people say, if I could just have more motivation, or if they could have more motivation, or more inspiration, or they could have more inspiration, and really they don't have the concept of the full tool. So I want you to really use this and apply it. Learn the tool and apply the tool. And you tell me, I know it works, but I want to know, how does it work for you? Because what happens is that that motivation will get you there, and it will help you or work for you for a specific state of time, a steady state of time, okay? Then it weans away, just like you can't eat your favorite food all day long. After a while, it doesn't do anything for you. It loses its it's effectiveness, it's efficiency. And that's motivation, steady state. However, when you add the relationship with intrinsic inspiration, what you're doing then is you're not stopping here. You're still here, and you can use another tool for motivation, or you can think of your inspiration to keep you with staying power, or you can flip-flop as much as you want so that you continue to go this way. And when you do that, you are proactively making progress, which means better, which is being the best. And then all of those clear goals, aspirations, achievements, accomplishments that you had in mind, you're not chasing them. They're making their way towards you because they appreciate. It's as if they're almost making a decision to say, now that I want to go towards. You're not chasing it. And as you do, it may be exactly the clear goal you wanted to accomplish, whatever that may be. However, during that performance process where there's effectiveness and efficiency, you'll have that much more fulfillment. It'll be easier, and you'll have more fun and enjoyment. And that's worth learning how to learn that there's an intrinsic relationship between your motivation and inspiration and applying this tool or this concept. Because you're going to get to that goal, and it'll be a greater feeling than you'd ever imagine. And you'll never forget everything that took place for you to get there and how appreciative you are of all of that. Or it'll send you in a direction that you just never thought would be your direction in life, much like me. I never thought I'd be doing what I'm doing. No way. Here I am. And it was specifically because of the reason of being able to realize and apply the tool that I was intrinsically motivated and inspired. And there's a relationship between the two. And that's what kept me going. Whatever that may be for you, whatever intrinsically motivates and inspires you. For motivation, there's lots of different things. It could be someone put in positive words to you. Someone told you a story. Someone gave you an example. Someone taught you a tool like I'm doing, and you're applying it because you're intelligent. You know that it sounds good and you want to do it. And when you do it, you know it works, or at least I know it works, and you can see for yourself that it works. And what does that do? It gives you diligent skill to grow skill and your beliefs. Because as you see that you're proactively able to do that, you're building your intrinsic motivation, inspiration to then go for the next level of success, the next clear goal, aspiration, accomplishment, achievement. And you'll have a greater toolkit in order to do that. Okay? So keep that in mind. So in innovation and entrepreneurial leadership, one of the things that I noticed is that, and you might have noticed this too, is that you don't see any gray hair on me, do you? For the longest time, I used to have a little gray hair here, a little gray hair here. I didn't like it. It didn't matter if somebody else didn't like it. I didn't like it. And I would go and do a little research, and I'd see my dad put some hair coloring in his hair. My mom would help him. And one day I looked at the package, and they had about 10 steps. mix this with this and then do this. And then, you have two different containers. You got gloves and then you got this applicator. And I was just like, whoa, this is just way too hard. I'll have that stuff all over the place. No way. So finally, this is years in the process, okay? I finally was like, okay, let me just go look and see if something in the markets come up. So I went for Just for Men. And look what I found. It's this simple. It's a tube. And on that tube is this applicator. You just literally twist it on. And then you squeeze it here. And you see that this fills with the color. Now, I bought black because I want my hair black. However, this looks like it's brown. But then when I brush it or comb it in, it becomes black. Now, it cannot get much easier than this. Perfect. For years, I did not see this type of innovation. I always saw the 10 steps. That just looked like that was just going to be a lot of mess. Now, what I learned after I bought this, and I was doing a little research, this little innovative tool here, just like my tool, that there's an intrinsic relationship between your motivation and inspiration, and you need both and apply both for you to continue to make intelligent breakthroughs and have staying power, is essential. Don't try to put motivation and inspiration as standalone. They will not last. And that's when you become disappointed. That's when you feel like you're not making progress and that you're not proactively making progress. So you don't feel self-empowered. You feel as if someone else has power and control. And that's the worst feeling. So if you're putting your creative, innovative idea into that state of standalone motivation or inspiration, use my tool. And I know you as an innovator and entrepreneur, it's not money that's motivating and inspiring you. That's a byproduct. That's not sustaining you. What's sustaining you is that someone knew there were guys like me out there that were challenged with the 10 steps. It'd make a total mess in my house. And now look what I have. And guess what? I bought it. Not only that, I went and looked on their website, and they've come up with a new product. I wrote it down here. Let me see if I can. I don't know what I wrote, but it looks like it is something GX. Let me see if I can find that. It's it looks like Control Con GX. It's 2 scientific patents for it. And those patents are very necessary because this particular item is like a shampoo. It's a game changer that Just for Men launched. It's called Control GX. And what it does is it's like shampoo. As you put it in your hair, it takes the gray out. And the more times you apply it as shampoo, the more times your gray goes out. Now, this can be very useful for those of you who are experiencing age discrimination. They see the gray around you. Maybe you want to put some Just for Men in, or if you're a woman, put whatever it is the equivalent of that is for women. Or, I don't know, you want brown hair. Brown hair. What would I look like with brown hair? Might look pretty cool. Probably look like a surfer guy. What about blonde hair? I don't know. The other day I saw somebody with blue hair. I don't know if I'd go that far. I've seen purple and I've seen pink also, but I was at a meeting and somebody said, "What about khaki hair?" Now you're starting to get out there. So anyway, that was very innovative of them. And so that's the point, is that in your business, you may be solving or creating a solution to a positive outcome, effect, solution for a need, a problem, to solve a problem, just an innovation nobody else has. But are you making it user friendly? Because that user friendliness is worth a lot. Because really, you would love to go to the doctor and for them to do whatever they do to help you with your symptoms. But that's all they're doing, is they're helping you so that your body and you can do the work to not need their help. Or sometimes, which is the kind that I like, they do the work and you don't have to do anything and it just works and you don't need them anymore. Or there's a scenario when what they do helps, but it's a maintenance thing and you wish it would work. And so now you've got to go out and get a tool that you can apply to make what it is that's helping, to make that work so that you can get rid of that with this tool eventually. And that's really what the top part of my paragon model is doing. It is showing you have an intrinsic relationship between your motivation and inspiration. And that's what will give you intelligent breakthroughs or help you or work for you to experience intelligent breakthroughs and have staying power. Now, as that toolkit or those tools or those experiences or those events or those moments or those feelings or those emotions or that thinking or those positive thoughts become ingrained in you, you will automatically bring them up and use them and apply them per the situation. And you'll learn through all these other things that are happening in your life that you can continue to add to this reservoir of your intrinsic motivation and inspiration. Because, I was in school like many of you. My intrinsic motivation and inspiration was a lot different when I was in undergrad or in grade school than it was when I was in graduate school. Totally different. In grade school, it was because that's what I was supposed to do, and mom and dad wanted me to go to school, and that was important. That was my intrinsic motivation and inspiration. In grad school, though, I really was there because I felt, or I think and believed and knew that I was proactively making progress, which is better, which is being the best, so that I could have and create opportunities to achieve my clear goals, aspirations, accomplishments, and know that by doing so and staying or continuing to grow, my diligent skill of using my intrinsic motivation, inspiration, that more opportunities would be created for me, more goals would be created for me, and options would come to me that I did not think of. And so learning how to learn and apply the learning is critical. So here it is for you to take. And you will see when you apply this, that by doing so, you'll experience intelligent breakthroughs. Now, like anything, you need to grow it and master it so that you can continually benefit from it as you're pursuing your new endeavors or going to the next milestone, the next level, whatever word you want to use. And that's essential. So there's a lot of stories and examples about this. One of them is, I remember I had a boss and they didn't want to pay for a specific training that I wanted. And I just wanted the training just because I felt it was important for me to have. And it wasn't necessarily in my role. However, I was thinking in the future. And my brother-in-law at the time, he was just a colleague of mine, said, why do you let your boss tell you what to learn? I thought about it and I thought, well, it's my time, it's my money. I should do it. So I did. And sure enough, by doing so, it has definitely been worth the investment in the sense that it showed me that by learning how to learn and applying the learning, that I could proactively make progress. And when I proactively make progress, that is better. And that is being the best. And eventually I'll get to a further spot than I would ever get to. And that created a foundation for me that I use quite often to intrinsically motivate and inspire me, especially when it comes to things that happen that we don't, or I don't like, and I don't like it for someone else, but that's currently the best that we have. And being an innovation type of person, innovative, well, I don't want to accept that. I want to accept that we can have more say in creating progress, making progress, because that's the hindrance. And so one way to do that as an innovator is to really understand what is causing it, what is the issue. And a lot of time it's being able to take that next initiative of learning how to learn and apply the learning to put that into place so that you have the cognitive tools in order to help that hindrance go away. And that's really what we want. We want the more and more things towards the positive. We don't want anything dragging. We want things propelling. And so what I believe is that when you apply my concept that there's an intrinsic relationship between your motivation and inspiration, and you apply that tool towards whatever it is that you're doing right now, you will then experience those intelligent breakthroughs in innovation and entrepreneurial leadership, and you will have staying power. And as you do that, whatever it is that you're doing will be done with more fulfillment. It'll be easier and you'll have more fun and enjoyment simply because you feel self-empowered or proactively making progress. You think, know, feel, believe, whatever word you want to use, that you're doing that. And as you're doing that, that is better. And that is being the best. And eventually, whatever it is that you're doing, or whatever those destinies are way in the future that you don't know they're there, They're just making their way to you. You don't need to change them. So implement my tool. And I would love for you to contact me and tell me how this cognitive tool, right, the inspiration between, or the intrinsic relationship between your motivation and inspiration, what it's done to affect the propulsion in this direction and debuckle or unsnap or unhook or let go of all the hindrances or the drag or drags in your life. Tell me how that works for you. Something in this video resonated with you, I can definitely help you go further. And I have a multiple number of tools, experiences, and other models to use to really have you shift as a person. But as you shift as that person, for you to experience those breakthroughs. You know how to contact me. My number is 864-569-2315. It'll be listed on this description at the bottom. You can always go to my website, motivateyourresults.com, or you can send me an email at raj@rajgavurla.com. I hope you have a meaningful trigger for this evening. I know that the World Cup is on. I watched most of the first game. I'm taping it, and I will watch the second game because it's on now, I'm pretty sure. So thank you very much. Have a great evening.